Now, back at it again. Check that out, huh? How do you guys like that? Coming along nicely. Now, what I did, you notice how I got the cuts awesome right around the poles. I wrapped, let me focus. I wrapped the piece of tape around the pole, directly around the pole, and I marked it where the two lines came together. You see one here and one here. Took that measurement, okay, and multiplied it times pi and divided that by 2. That gave me the radius, which allowed me to make the cuts perfectly the same size. I also used the edge here to where this started, okay, and also the edge here to where this started, and that gave me my first position of my hole. I put a square up against here, measured the distance to a square here, and that gave me where the beginning of my next circle had to be, where I had to put my pin, measure half of the distance, and use a compass. Now I didn't have a compass to make the circles, so what I did was, I mean, who has a compass anymore? Luckily I even remember pi. I made a compass. Sorry about the shadow. And then I was able to draw my circle, putting a pin in here and turning it like that. And that allowed me to make this whole circle, which came out perfect. I mean, amazed myself. Looks good. We're going to add a little bit more support into the bar to get a better nailing surface. And then we're going to corner the edges. You see over, well, actually, I'm going to get this other piece on, and then I'll come back. I have not put a sink in yet because I haven't found one that I really liked or was a decent price. You know, I'm not going to spend $350 on a stainless steel sink. Trimmed off the edges here. See, put the end caps on the Formica there on the countertops. Got that done. As soon as I get a sink, the dishwasher is operational. Like I said, I just need to do the plumbing part of it. You can see the lights light up right there. So that's pretty much ready, and it's beeping, telling me that it's ready to run if I wanted it to, but there's no water. So until the sink goes in and I hook up the drain, I don't want to hook it up or try to run it yet. I trimmed off this here with the pallet wood, and then I'm going to trim off the leg as well. This here is 2 layers of 3/4 inch plywood, so it's 3/4 and 3/4, 1.5 inch thick plywood, more than strong enough with the cross supports on there to handle the 15 to 30 gallons of beer that will be boiling on this station here. Now my plan is going to be to right up here by the ceiling put a valve with a water spigot with a hook that'll have a hose right on that wall so that I can fill the individual vessels, run water, and also have it all run off of filtered water, which will be on the back side of this wall right here. On the back side here there's a furnace, and there's probably 3 feet or 2.5 feet, or I don't know, I didn't measure, but the plumbing is right there for the sink that goes here, and I want to put a charcoal carbon filtration system back there so that it supplies this sink with filtered water. Only on the cold though, not on the hot, because I really don't want to run filtered water into the dishwasher. And also, let me back up, the spigot that's going to be right there with the hanging hose, I want that to be filtered water for making beer, wine, and everything else as well. Floor's a mess. You know, I've been cutting, sanding everything right here, but then again, it's a garage coating. It should be able to handle it. I cut this piece out and I kept the whole, let me back up. I kept the whole bar area suspended up so that if I need to mop the floor here, if anything gets spilled, which it will, it definitely will, it's easy to clean and I don't have to worry about a mess getting underneath the cabinets or in nooks and crannies down there. The same thing with this cabinet here. I kept the kick plate out, you'll see underneath, so that I can easily clean underneath there and keep everything spicky clean. That's it, guys. That's the update for you now. All the outlets have been wired to be GFCI. I put the stickers on them. They're all 20 amp. This isn't a 20 amp plug. It's only a 15 amp, but it is GFCI protected. These are the 20 amp plugs here because it is 20 amp circuits. You'll see one there as well. You can tell a 20 amp because it's got that side, but you only want to put those in if you have 12 gauge wiring and you are connected to a 20 amp circuit. There it is, guys. Let me get this other piece up and I'll show you what it looks like with the top actually on it. All right, be right back. All right, there you go. Check that out, huh? Tell me that's not awesome. It's like a perfect cut. I didn't use a hole saw either. I used the jigsaw, which is right there. That's a jigsaw. Scroll saw, whatever you want to call it, jigsaw. And you can see I moved my line and cut on the other side of the line. I just put a couple screws in to hold it. That's pretty awesome. I'm very happy with that. All the way down. Looks great. Now these corners here, I'm going to cut them on a 45. There. Try not to make you guys dizzy. And here, I'm going to come across with the same 45 on each side. So I'll measure back, probably 8 inches and come across. Then I'm trying to decide on trim. Once the finishing goes on, which I might use something like that, which is an oak trim, but stain it closer to what this is down here. You see that? And then also use the same trim for the corners and all the way around wherever the paneling stops. Or I might take 2x4 and actually notch it out and customize a trim, cutting it on an angle to get more of a bigger handrail type trim all the way around. I haven't decided yet. I might just go with this just for the ease of it and get it completed. I think it looks pretty good with it on there like that. Cut the corners on a 45 to go all the way around when I make the cuts. It looks good. So I haven't decided. But that's going to have to wait. You guys aren't going to get another update for probably 2 weeks. I am leaving for Florida. I'm going to be there for a while, maybe a week, week and a half, take care of some stuff. I got some stuff in storage down there. And I'm going to be driving the truck so that I can bring it back. And then I'll probably have to go down again to pick up a car and then drive that car. So I'll fly down on the next time I go to Florida, not this time. The truck will allow me to either pull the trailer or just fill the back of it with stuff that I have to bring back here. So it'll be a little bit of a pause before I make another video. As far as this goes, I'll definitely make some videos on the way down. And when we get there as well, we'll be in Minnesota Key, Siesta Key area, just south of Tampa. We'll also be in Clearwater. I got some stuff to do there. And then over by Clearwater Beach and all through there. Also going to be going to a Boston preseason game over at the JetBlue Stadium. I have tickets for there for either Saturday or Sunday. I can't remember offhand. So this will be the last update for a little while. And hope Hope everybody's doing well. We'll talk to you soon. All right, guys. Take care.